Greetings and welcome. Video fandom here. Yes, I'm finally getting caught up, I think. About to do a review on episode 5 of Gotham Knights. And I have to tell you, not a whole lot happens in this episode, so hopefully we can get through this as quickly as possible. So here we go. Starts off with a local dive bar with a few customers having their drinks. Then a couple of thug-looking guys come walking in, and they all decide to leave the place as quickly as they can. Barkeep tries to keep cool, be polite, and tries to offer them a drink. But they're not interested. They're here for the protection money. Barkeep hands him some money, but apparently it's not enough. Said business been slow, but they're not having it. So they decide to burn down his bar, thereby preventing him from giving them any more protection money. Yeah, good move. After the title intro, we cut to Carrie Kelly's home where she's sleeping in bed in the morning. Her mom walks in, wakes her up, and here we find out that Carrie is only 15 years old, which makes all of her past fight scenes all the more laughable. Her mom asked her about her muddy boots. She said she volunteered at the agriculture club.
Yeah, that's it, Ticket.
Then Carrie asked her mom if she was going to come to the school Sunday luncheon. School Sunday luncheon. Is that really a thing? Does any school actually have that? Anywhere in America? Anywhere in the world? Anyway, her mom says she's not sure if she'll have to switch shifts with someone at work in order to be able to make it. Her mom works in the medical field apparently because Carrie is saying that her saving lives is more important than showing up for the luncheon. But we all know she's just BSing her because she's just getting her out of the way in case she needs to get up to any hero stuff. And then she shoves her boots under the bed to hide them. Why? Her mom already saw them. What's the point now? Who's she gonna hide them from now? Cut to the clock tower that no one else knows but the Gotham Knights gang, where Stephanie bursts in, saying, I've got something. And she brought donuts. So everybody wakes up, have a little short discussion about the teller, whether or not he's Felix Harmon. Anyway, she tells him what she found, financial records of Cressida Clark. Stephanie figured that since Cressida's name was on the register book at the nursing home, which shows you how stupid she is using her real name, being associated with the Court of Owls and all, she figured she must have been paying for Eunice's stay there, but she wasn't. Apparently, her stay there was being paid for by what appears to be a fake company. Stephanie says she wouldn't want her name tied to anything financial because she's smart. Yeah, is that why she signed her real name at the register book at the nursing home? Yeah, I don't think she's all that smart now. Stephanie looks up the company that she believes is fake that's paying for her to stay at the nursing home. She got the name of the company and the address. And she even looked up their tax returns. Cut to the Gotham City police station where Harvey Dent is looking at the key in his pocket. He has no idea where it came from, but fits into the limo in which Mayor Hill was assassinated. Through the door walks in Rebecca March, Lincoln March's wife, Brody's mom. If you remember, a couple of episodes ago, it was hinted that the two of them had a thing going some time ago. She came to Harvey's office to ask about why her husband paid him a visit. She wanted to know if it was about their fling that they had years ago. Harvey tells her they just talked about beefing up security and that the two of them should just keep their distance. He didn't bother to tell her that Lincoln is worried that he might be in danger with the Court of Owls. I mean, I know you want to pretend that you didn't hook up with her, but wow, dude. At least take some steps to make sure she doesn't get killed. Cut to some dark industrial area where the Gotham Knights gang pull up in a car by the gates. Car? Wait, where'd they get the car from? Did they steal it? How'd they get it? They don't say. They just needed one for the plot, I suppose. And it turns out that Harper is just a little bit familiar with this place. She happens to know that it belongs to the McKillen family, or rather the McKillen mob, who engage in drug trafficking, extortion, that sort of thing. And she knows this because she kinda dated one of them. This shocks Cullen, what pleases Duella rather excites her. They get back to the clock tower. Stephanie asks what happens. Harper tells her in a rather snippy way there's a McKillen shipping yard. She knows because she dated one of them. She mentions that Dylan, the name of the guy she dated, did some money laundering. Cullen was like, oh, okay, and that wasn't a red flag for you? And then Stephanie's like, wait, his name is Dylan McKillen? Yeah, even she thinks that's a corny name. So they surmise that McKillens are laundering money for the Court of Owls. Stephanie figures that Dylan would have had to keep records of the money laundering. Turner believes if they can access those records, they can take out the Court of Owls and the McKillens. Stephanie thinks she might be able to hack their records. Harper points out that an organized crime family wouldn't keep digital records. They keep everything in hard copy. So then Turner says, we're gonna rob the mob. He has that very sneaky, devious look on his face while he's saying it. Almost comical, really. Turner mentions the plan to Carrie, but their plan to rob the mob. Stephanie says she can't make it because she's got that Sunday school luncheon thing. Carrie says she can make it because, well, her mom will be working a shift and she won't know if she ditches. They figure there won't be many people at the shipping yard because the McKillens, being the good Irish Catholics that they are, will be attending church since it's Sunday. Harvey runs into Dr. Chase Meridian, the criminal psychologist at the police station. He asks to speak to her privately in her office. Then he's like, I've got this possible suspect who may be tied to a crime due to their piece of evidence that he just happens to have. He has no idea how he got it. He's been experiencing missing time, doing things that he doesn't remember. He wonders if this suspect could be suffering from something like identity dysmorphia, to which Dr. Chase says, oh, you mean like what your father suffered from? And of course Dr. Chase knew that Harvey was full of crap and was really talking about himself. Cut back to the clock tower where Harper's laying out the plans for the shipping yard that the McKillens have, telling them where they keep the money, where they have heavy security. Oh, and she mentions that Dylan, the McKillen that she dated, is the boss's son. Harper does her best to try to downplay her relationship with Dylan. Carrie figures there are trucks going in and out of the place all the time, so Turner says they can hitch a ride on one of them in order to sneak into the place, which they do. Cut to the school Sunday luncheon, where Stephanie's mom is socializing and getting just a wee bit tipsy. So she brings her a club soda to hopefully try to get her to stop drinking. Yeah, how often has that worked? And apparently Stephanie is giving some kind of speech at the event. Go back to the shipping yard where the Gotham Knights gang are trying to figure out what to do next. Turner takes some initiative. He goes to the guard and takes him out, which of course excites Duella. So Harper whips out Freaky, a little device, which is a frequency finder that she uses to try to unlock the combination to open the gate. Where she got it from? Who knows? Probably something she's had with her for a long time. They don't say. They go inside, using their voices, not even realizing that maybe there might be someone inside. I'll go look around, make sure we're alone. Don't say it, just do it. Anyway, they find a safe where they believe the ledger is hidden. Harper whips out another device to unlock the safe. Seriously, where does this girl get all these devices from? Did she make them herself? Did she buy them from someone? And where does she keep them all anyway? How'd she get a hold of them after she and her brother were arrested in the first episode? Where did she get them from? Anyway, she gets the safe open, they see some money in there, and they find the ledger. Turner says, we got what we came for, let's get out of here. Oh, but Duella found something. Big old pile of money. And everyone is excited about it. Duella is the most excited about it, but the least excited is Carrie. She walks in all high and mighty and says, oh, it's not yours. It's not your money. Carrie is saying that the money was taken from small businesses in the neighborhood from innocent people. It should be returned to them. Anyway, while they're arguing about it, someone walks in and puts a stop to their little conversation, holding a gun to them. And who do you think it is? Yup, Dylan McKillen, who recognizes Harper. And Dylan looks just a little bit older than Harper, which makes you wonder, was Harper seeing him when she was in school? If so, that's a little creepy. I mean, it sounds like a Christine 16 situation going on here. Go back to the luncheon where Stephanie is giving her little rousing speech about the next generation of leaders being right here on this campus. She gets momentarily distracted by her mom having a drink, which of course bothers her since her mom is an alkie. Cut back to Harvey Dent and Dr. Chase having a discussion about what's going on with Harvey. He's talking about how something is going on and he can't remember what it is. So Dr. Chase is like, well, there's two possible scenarios. You have an evil homicidal alter ego that murdered the mayor, or you just work with someone whose keys just happen to be mixed up with yours. No, it's almost like she's trying to help him with an alibi because maybe she knows that he's evil. Something's going on here. She might be pulling his strings. She mentions Harvey's father, how he used to brutalize him when he was growing up. And Harvey talks about his father's split personality, where one moment he was the best father in the world, the next moment he's a sick, evil bastard. Dr. Chase tries to reassure Harvey that he doesn't have the same condition as his father. And the way she's saying it, it sounds reassuring, but almost like she's manipulating him, as if she's trying to keep him under control. Anyway, she writes him a prescription for some medication and a check for a campaign donation. Go back to the school luncheon where Stephanie is giving her speech. She winds it up, everyone applauds, and the mom is like, oh! You know, in that embarrassing way that drunken mothers do. Stephanie walks towards her mom, but then is cut off by, surprise, surprise, Carrie Kelly's mom, who made it there after all. And she's asking Stephanie if she's seen Carrie anywhere. Stephanie is like, Carrie is around here somewhere, and if I see her, I'll send her your way. Then she quickly texts Carrie letting her know her mom is there and is looking for her. And then Carrie's mom runs into Carrie's history teacher, who then tells her that she's been absent a lot. Go back to the shipping yard where Harper is trying to give Dylan an excuse as to why they're there. Dylan mentions a job that Harper did for them, and then once she got paid, she split. And Colin's like, wait a second, job? You worked for them too? Harper tries to sweet talk Dylan to say, I'm sorry I wasn't committed to our relationship. I didn't realize how much you cared about me. Dylan's like whining about it, saying, you left, no explanation. It messes with my head, Duella's listening to this and then snickering. And who could blame her? Colin decides to chime in and say, she's got abandonment issues. That's probably why she left so early. Dylan's like, who are you? Colin says, I'm Colin. I'm her brother. Dylan says to Harper, you never mentioned you had a brother, which then offends Colin. You never mentioned me? So Dylan figures since Harper thinks people are disposable, he decides to turn them in for reward money. Gets on the radio, lets the other guys know that they got Bruce Wayne's killers. Carrie throws out a batarang to knock the gun out of his hand, and then Turner jumps in and starts attacking. Turner manages to knock him out, but then they hear the rest of the gang coming, then they hear the rest of the gang heading to the warehouse. Harper uses a little freaky device to jam the frequency so they can't open the gates, after which Duella correctly points out that now they can't get out either. Duella gets on the walkie-talkie that was dropped by Dylan and tells him that she's gonna burn Dylan over a pile of burning money if they don't back off. This has bought them some time. Colin decides now's the time for Harper to tell him about that mob job that she did, because apparently it can't wait until later when they're safe at the clock tower. Carrie reads the text saying that her mom made it to the luncheon after all. Harper and Colin go someplace private to have their little discussion about Harper's mob job. Yeah, because, couldn't wait till later. Anyway, Colin is chewing her out saying, what were you thinking? Why did you do this? And Harper's like, I did it for you. I did it so you can have the money for your top surgery. Okay, so Harper committed a crime in order to pay for Colin's sex change operation. Where have we heard that one before? Oh yeah!
I was gonna kill everybody! Attica! What are you Attica! 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 Attica!
So, this show so far ripped off Dark Knight, The Shining, and now they're ripping off the main plot of Dark Day Afternoon. But then suddenly Connor's like all emotional about this. Cut back to the luncheon where Stephanie's tipsy mom is talking to some of the teenage boys. Going all cougar, are we? So Stephanie pulls her away from them and decides to call a cab to get her home. Stephanie's mom was like, "Oh, your friends are great, especially that Brody. You should get together with him. He's much better than that Turner boy who murdered his own dad." Of course, Stephanie tries to ignore that and just tries to get her mom home in a cab. Then we go to someplace outdoors where Harvey's riding a motorcycle out to a lake. Gets off the motorcycle, goes to the lake. He's fiddling with the key that he has no idea he got. He looks at it, then he throws it out to the lake. When he gets a phone call, he answers it. Doesn't know who it is, but he hears classical music being played on there, which I'm guessing is supposed to be some sort of trigger to activate his evil side. Go back to the warehouse at the shipping yard where the Gotham Knights gang are trapped inside. Carrie's mom calls her, and she just has to take it. Never mind, there's a bunch of guys outside trying to get in to kill them. Oh no. Mom is calling, she has to answer. Otherwise, Mom's gonna know something's up. Her mom asks where she is. She says, I'm with a study group.
Yeah, that's it, Ticket.
Apparently her mom forgot that Stephanie said that Carrie was at the party and that she'll look around for him. I guess she figured she was lying about it. And her mom's like, I switched to the late shift tonight. You better be home by the time I get back. Wow, strict, but somehow understanding? Okay. So her mom is a bit perturbed that Carrie isn't actually there. But she's okay with her saying, I'm at a study group. Whatever. I guess it has to go along with what the script says, doesn't it? Anyway, they hear police sirens outside. But that's not a good thing because Harper tells them that the McKillans have the GCPD on their payroll. So apparently they're just there to help them get into the warehouse. So the cop is outside, he gets on a loudspeaker and says, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. So then Turner comes up with some plan on how to get out of there recklessly. So then they decide to get in the fun way. One of the cops opens up the gate lock, uses the wires to spark it, and then somehow gets the gate open. Because apparently he was the only one who knew how to do that. No one else did. So they open the gate, they go inside, and the place is full of smoke because some money is burning. So they rush over there with some fire extinguishers and put the fire out. Oh, but wait, it's not money burning, it's newspapers. Because somehow they all just happen to find a big old pile of newspapers that they somehow really quickly piled in a nice neat little pile that looks just like the pile of money. The van that they're in starts up, then they drive on out of there as quickly as they can. After they book out of there, one of the McKillans takes the duct tape off of Dylan's mouth, and he tells him that they took the money. Okay, so how on earth did they manage to load the money onto the van and put a big old pile of newspapers into a perfect little square to make it look like it was a pile of money? How'd they have time to do all that? And where did they get all the newspapers? Did they find a big old pile of newspapers somewhere? How'd they do all that in that short amount of time? Magic, I guess. Anyway, Harper's driving out of there trying to outrun the police cars. But the police cars are like gaining on them. Gee, I guess they should have taken Carrie's mom's car would have been out of there like lightning. So Carrie comes up with an idea to slow them down. So she opens up the back doors, then she starts throwing the money out. Turner jumps in and helps her with throwing the money out. This of course freaks out Duella as she wants the money. He's like, no, not the money, please, no, don't throw the money out. Carrie tells her it's not our money to keep, it belongs to the people of Gotham. So as they're throwing the money out, there's people going out to gather the money, thereby slowing down the police. Wait a minute, how many of these people actually own businesses? Some of these people look like they're just gonna spend their money on drugs, alcohol, partying, some other worthless crap. Anyway, they're throwing the money out. Duella clings to the last bag of money, saying, no, let me have this one, please. I need this one. But they manage to snatch it out of her hands. They just throw the rest of the money out. Afterwards, they're watching the news on GNN, where the news reporter is painting them as heroes. He even dubs them the Gotham Knights. And did you notice how the news anchor described what they did as redistribution of wealth? Nothing like a little leftist propaganda thrown into a TV show, right? Duella is mourning the fact that the people got their money. Harper is saying that they think that they did it out of the goodness of their hearts. Turner wonders how they would feel if the people that they painted as heroes were in fact wanted fugitives. Carrie climbs up the fire escape to the window to her apartment and makes it in bed just in time for her mom to come in and see her laying there. Stephanie comes home and sees her mom laid out on the couch with a bottle of pills open, apparently drugged herself with some pills and a glass of wine. Almost looks like she committed suicide, really, but thankfully she hasn't. Back at the clock tower, Cullen is just sitting down doing some drawing the Gotham Knights logo. Harper sits with him admiring his artwork. Cullen is like, I had no idea what you did for me. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Harper, for getting me the money to get my boobs removed. And Harper gets all philosophical about how, even though they got away from Dad, that he was still trapped. Yeah, we all know what that's about, don't we? Duella is sharpening her knife. Turner walks up there and Duella just tells Turner how much she admires the bad boy he's turning into. Then tells him that when you lose trust in everyone else, the only one you can trust is yourself. Harper chimes in and says there's a problem with the ledger that they saw. It's all numbers, including names and addresses and what have you. Everything is written in code, so they have to decipher it. Apparently the only one who can will be Stephanie, since her father is a Quizbo host, and he pretty much taught her how to solve puzzles. Cut to Harvey Dent, who's laying in bed and is waking up, and apparently had a fling with Mrs. March. Oh my. Apparently he called her several times and begged to get with her, and he doesn't remember doing any of that. But he checked his phone, and sure enough, there's a log call of him calling her several times. Yeah, we all know where this is going, don't we, kids? A prelude to him becoming Two-Face. Well, that's it. As I said, not a whole lot went on in this episode. Kind of a filler episode, really, with a little emotional bits thrown in and validation of one's lifestyle choices and everything. My gosh. I don't know how long this show's gonna last, really, if it keeps going at this rate. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like what you watched, just do all the usual YouTube things. Like this video, share it with your friends, hit that little bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos being uploaded. Thanks for watching. Be seeing you